Science isn't always a tool to save humanity. Sometimes, it becomes the very reason humanity needs saving. Deep inside a restricted zone, hidden from every official record, there existed a secret facility known only as H-27. Even the scientists inside it whispered its name with fear. Rowan Hale, once a celebrated genius, worked there night after night, studying something that shouldn't have existed. He wasn't working with chemicals or physics. He was studying living matter that defied all biological rules. Tonight's experiment was supposed to be routine, but at 2:17 a.m., something inside the chamber began to pulse. Not move, not shift, pulse, like a heartbeat. Rowan stepped closer. The chamber thumped from the inside. Once, then again, the lights flickered. The alarm stayed silent because even the system didn't understand what it detected. Frost crawled across the chamber glass. The temperature dropped instantly. Then the chamber shook violently. A crack appeared, then another. A web of fractures spread like lightning. And Rowan realized this wasn't an experiment going wrong. This was something trying to break out. The final crack shattered. White mist exploded into the room. Rowan gasped because the last thing he saw was a face pressing against the broken glass. A face smiling. Above ground, the building was a ruin, broken windows, flooded halls, a place no one cared to step inside. But beneath it lay Lab H-27, a facility so secret it didn't exist on any official record. Hidden elevators carried scientists deep below the surface, into metal corridors humming with forbidden technology. The air was cold, dense, almost unnatural, as if something inside the walls was breathing. H-27 housed 12 classified experiments. 11 were shut down after accidents, fires, and unexplained disappearances. The only project still running was Project Helix, the one no one dared question anymore. The deeper the corridors went, the stranger everything felt, like the facility itself was watching its creators. Sealed lab doors with coolant mist. After the breach, scientists later discovered electromagnetic spikes, signals that looked disturbingly similar to brain patterns. It wasn't just a lab, it was evolving, awakening. Project Helix had already begun to show unexpected behavior. During test run 78, the mass in Chamber 3 began shaping itself, but not randomly. It grew toward Rowan, pressing a tendril against the chamber wall. Soft at first, then powerful enough to bend reinforced glass. Alarms triggered as sensors detected the unthinkable brainwave activity. Not noise, not static, but patterns like thought, like intention. The experiment wasn't just alive. It was observing and learning. When the alarms began screaming, the facility should have automatically locked down. But instead, they went silent. Someone shut them off. Director Elwin arrived outside Chamber 3 carrying a black briefcase chained to his wrist, a device designed to wipe out an entire wing in seconds. He didn't hesitate. He'd done this before. Security Team A stormed in not to rescue but to erase everything. But there were no bodies. Rowan Hale was gone. His biometric tag vanished from the system. When the alarms began screaming, the facility should have locked down automatically. But instead, they went silent. Someone shut them off. Director Elwin arrived outside Chamber 3 carrying a black briefcase chained to his wrist, a device designed to wipe out an entire wing in seconds. He didn't hesitate. He'd done this before. Security Team A stormed in not to rescue but to erase everything. But there were no bodies. Rowan Hale was gone. His biometric tag vanished from the system. Chamber 3 looked as if the metal had been pulled inward, devoured from within. Just before the doors sealed, one camera captured something moving inside the smoke. A tall, uneven figure, limping, learning to walk. It turned toward the camera and smiled. For 12 hours after the breach, H-27 went completely silent. No radio signals, no outgoing messages, no movement detected through the thermal scanners, just silence, the kind that feels planned. Then at 3:17 p.m., a distress signal flickered from sublevel C, and investigators found 3 survivors hiding in a storage room, shivering in near darkness. The intern, the engineer, and the janitor told fractured stories of what happened. The intern whispered, "It wasn't Rowan anymore." The engineer described a shape flickering through the halls like a glitch in reality. The janitor just muttered one word, "Hungry." The worst part was the recording, a dragging sound, slow and heavy, echoing through metal walls. The intern explained, "It learned. It copied Rowan. It understood the layout. It understood us." Finally, the engineer saw it, a tall, twisted figure at the end of the hallway, limbs too long, head tilted sideways, and its eyes just human, too human. 3 days after the breach, a containment team swept through H-27 and found something none of them were prepared for. The creature wasn't moving randomly. It had been traveling downward, toward a secret floor called Sublevel X. Inside that hidden vault were rows of monitors, all showing footage of Rowan Hale's personal life. Someone had been watching him for years, long before Project Helix ever began. And in the center of the room, an empty containment pod shattered from the inside. On the cracked glass, a message was carved. "I was never the experiment. I was the template." Then the light snapped on. The creature hung from the ceiling, limbs twisted around pipes, staring down with Rowan's stolen face. And behind the team stepped the real Rowan Hale, alive, terrified, staring at the thing that had copied him. The creature crawled lower and whispered in Rowan's own voice, "You copied me, but I perfected you."